I'm sorry, guys. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Jack's Treasures, and it is Whatnot Wednesday. And today is the day after Veterans Day, and Tracy is wearing Talk to Me Goose.
Somebody else might own this shirt now. I don't know. Yeah, but I'm wearing it now.
Well, she's wearing it now. And the funny thing is that's the shirt that, or not the shirt, that's the movie, Top Gun, that got me to join the Navy, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. I watched that movie in the theater, and I said, that's a great one. So today, this is our ongoing series of questions and answers that people have asked us, or we've asked other people, or things that we just made up because we don't have anything else to talk about. So today is Whatnot Wednesday, so we're going to talk about something live reselling on Whatnot, or any of the other platforms, mainly on Whatnot, because that's where we do most of our selling, even though we do sell on other live platforms. Today, we're going to talk about what, Tracy?
Things that we've learned from other sellers.
Yeah. On Whatnot, or about live selling or anything
like that. By paying attention to some of the things they do.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep it to the really good stuff. Really.
Like not bad stuff, or just the best of the best?
I think we should probably do just the things that we've learned that have worked, not the epic fails that we had last week.
What did we epically fail at last week?
You don't remember?
No.
Bags.
What about bags?
Paper.
What did we learn? Who did we learn that from?
We learned not to do those.
But we didn't learn it from anybody.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
I did. I learned it from me. Epic fail. All right, guys.
Okay, this is we record these in batches of 3. And as we go along, he gets goofier and goofier. It always happens.
This is what she said. All right, so what are some of the things that we have learned from other sellers? Well,
go ahead.
I'll let you go first.
I was going to say, what actually inspired this video was last week we did a Harley Davidson t-shirt show. And when we were selling those, he had them numbered to put in his show. And we learned that from another seller on Whatnot.
That's right. Can you name who?
Large Wingnut.
Large Wingnut, Shane. That's right. So it made it really easy because my shirts are over here. They got a little sticker on it that's got 1 through 16. And that way I knew exactly what number I was grabbing. And if anybody could say anything, they would say, hey, could you run number 4? Can you run number 7? It's a lot faster. It's a lot quicker. It's easier for me to find. I don't have to look at the shirt. I don't even look at the item. All I got to do is look for the number.
It was easier for me to find them in the list, too, instead of having to look up Harley Davidson, Jefferson City, or whatever. I was able to look up shirt number 6.
Yeah, so that made it really, really easy. So for that, we owe a huge bit of thanks to Shane, Large Wingnut. Now, it won't work with a lot of shows. Plush, it wouldn't work with, and some of the others. But we learned it from that one. Also, we learned from the numbering system. I forgot who it was, too, that did it. I want to say it was TLC Mama Bear during the speed train that had everything numbered and went across on the numbers and had numbers on everything. Because I know the first one we did not.
A lot of people did. I think Cassandra did.
Okay, that's it. Yes, it was Cassandra. Cassandra 0827.
He just made up those numbers.
No, it's 0238 maybe. I don't know. Cassandra. But Cassandra, she had everything numbered. And so when she was going across the table, it made it really, really simple to do. So we decided to do that too, not knowing that we were going to have no sales. And we did. We had no sales. Oh, and the worst part is Tracy kept calling out the numbers, and I kept telling her to shut up. Okay. She would call out the numbers. She goes, number 7. And I said, I don't need to know the number. And I really did need to know the number because it was a random poll, and we had some no sales. So our number system was completely off. Okay.
Let me tell you a secret. I wasn't even mad at him afterwards. I was very nice to him.
She was very, very nice to me. I was an ass, and I fully admit that one. Okay, but we learned that numbering system on a speed train, and I then incorporated that onto our primetime spotlight show, where I was trying to run 60 items in 20 minutes, and I did get it done very, very close. I think the most I came to was 58 one time, but I was shooting to try to get over $1,000, and I did. I got actually $1,500 in 20 minutes. So that was another one. One of the first things that we learned from another seller on Whatnot was a straight up question and answer. Okay. I asked Paul, the Philly Flipper, what could I do to improve my shows? And he said, come out from behind the camera. always be in front of the camera. Let the people see you. That way you can help sell the item that way. And that was the very first, we had done a raid train with him, and I was behind the camera. And he invited us to do another raid train, and we went in front of the camera at that time. And from then on, we've been in front of the camera almost ever since.
Yeah.
And stuff. I think the only time that we don't is when the show
We've done
kind
like
of
a
dictates
speed
it.
train. I think we've been behind the camera a couple times.
Yeah, the speed train
I
and
did some
jewelry,
stickers and jewelry and things
brooches,
like that.
things like that. Then on those, I'm still in front of the camera, but then I flip the camera around to really show the items, and I'm still there. But that was one of the big things that I had learned from Paul Philly Flipper. But that was also I asked.
Right.
You know, I said, how can I improve my show? And he told me that, and I did that.
Another thing we learned from a seller was Tony and Lysandra, ilovediscounts.com or _com. We learned about bringing in tubs and shelves and having a rolling shelving system. And that has definitely been very big when we're doing like video games and some of our bigger
consoles.
shows. It's made a huge difference, and I give them a huge thanks for that.
We also learned from Tony and Lysandra to do free shipping. Okay.
We have not.
We haven't done it because one of us is scared to do it. And it ain't me. Alan. Right there. But how to do free shipping on there. We learned how to do that.
Right.
We just haven't done it yet because it's something you really got to be.
You've got to have the right merchandise to do it. And some balls. I don't have any balls.
Oh, yes, you do. They're mine. But we learned how to do that one. We learned to have fun from a lot of different sellers. Lover Dogs in particular. She taught us how to just be yourself. Also, Shane Large Wingnut, okay, and Derek Fundamentals. They taught us that, you know, have fun. You sell the item. So not only are you the item selling itself, but you're selling it, and you are literally selling yourself when you sell that item. Using key terms. Super cute. Sorry, Jeff. Okay. Cuddly, new with tags. I learned how to use these catchphrases, or what do they call them?
Keywords?
Keywords, clickbait, whatever you want to call it. I started learning how to do all of that stuff. I could tell you right now, probably the biggest person who has taught me more than any other person on that platform is Jeremy at Green 13. He taught me that giveaways are not the best way for you to spend your money to promote your shows. The better thing to do is to do deals. So if somebody raids into you, give a deal. Show out a deal. I'll run a video game console system for $1. I'll run a Loungefly brand new with tags bag for $1. I'll run, you know, mountain t-shirt, leather tags, vintage, started off at $1. And the thing about it is when you do that, the people that are coming into your show are noticing, whoa, there's an opportunity to get a deal here. Now, had those things ever go for $1? No. And as a matter of fact, we've made money, I would say, on 99% of those we have made money on, as opposed to starting something for $5 or $10. Okay, because the thing about it is starting something off at a $5 or $10 mark, you're basically are setting a reserve. Okay, that's the minimum I'll take for that particular item. That's a reserve. Okay.
Yep.
But if I start something off at $1, okay, here's a great example. I would run, let's say I would run this gong, okay, and I run it for $5 and nobody buys it. And then I run it again for $1 and it goes for $5 or $6 or $7. Why did it go for more when I was asking $5 to begin with? Because I created the desire for it.
Right.
By running it at $1.
Now you have to have confidence in your items, in your room, in your show. I'm not saying that everybody should just jump straight into whatnot and start running stuff for $1. And especially,
and I'm not saying anybody should.
Especially if you are counting on that to put, like, you know, keep the lights on or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm not saying anybody should. I'm just saying I learned how to do the deal from Jeremy at Green 13.
Right.
And basically what he was teaching me, beyond anything else, was read your room. Notice what's happening in your room, Okay, if stuff's not going at a certain price and you drop the price down, where did we learn how to do that? I don't know. All of a sudden, I came up with this thing called price falls. I learned it from actually Walmart, because you would go in Walmart and you would see the things that would say rollback, and I'm like, well, I don't want to rollback. Sounds stupid, Sorry, Walmart. But I came up with price falls. That means when I sell one thing for one price, the next item that I run, I drop the price on it. Normally $1, $2, whatever. Yeah. Okay. And now people are starting to see, oh, there's deals. There's deals. I'm getting rewarded for buying something by the next item being a cheaper price. Price falls. Okay. And so that became one of the big staple items from here. We learned how to do mystery bags from the mystery bag queen herself.
Jen's Multiverse.
Jen's Multiverse. That's right. We don't like mystery bags, mainly because
I don't want to disappoint anybody.
That's it. Okay. And it's really easy to do with mystery bags, because you have to set the floor. You used to have to be able to set the floor, ceiling, and the top. And a lot of people were setting their floor at like $1 and setting their top at like $1,000. And, everything was $1 except for one item.
They're working on trying to make it where it's less scary, but we're still, it's just not our thing. Not our thing. Yeah. But we did learn how to do it.
Yep. We learned about sourcing from a place called Plato's Closet from Nikki's Corner.
We did, yep.
Okay. During the graphic tee battle that took place last September, Nikki had confided in us that she bought a lot of her shirts from Plato's Closet. We knew about Plato's Closet, but it never came to our. It
never
was never something we thought about it.
There.
So we thought about it, and we said, "Hey, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that." So there's just so much stuff that you can learn from all of these amazing sellers.
And that's become definitely part of our sourcing regime. Regimen, yeah.
Yeah, regimen. Okay. And you guys, just to let you know, we've been live selling now for over 3.5 years. You would think there's nothing more for us to learn.
There's so much to learn.
We went to a Whatnot meetup hosted by Joe Hollywood, okay, in Atlanta, all right? And Joe Hollywood is hugely successful. He routinely has 1,000 or 2,000 people in his room, and he gave out a lot of advice. A lot of the advice, we couldn't really follow it because we don't have 1,000 people in our room all the time. But there was one piece of advice that he gave that we used to do all the time, and then we got away from it because we were selling stuff so fast and so much, and we've gone back to doing that. Do you know what that is?
Writing notes on or thank you notes on our receipts.
Personalized receipts and personalized notes. And we write a note on every single one. And I tell the people, I said, thank you for your awesome support. Thank you for your awesome first purchases, Jack's Treasures. And I sign it, Jack's Treasures. We also still do give stickers. He said, don't give stickers. I got a whole truckload of them in the back of my dumpster or whatever. And I'm like, whatever. Okay. We're still going to do stickers. Because we like stickers, Yeah. And so we learned about that. We learned how to get to 1,000 sales really super fast, even though we were already at 1,000 sales.
Right.
From our friends, Lauren and Josiah, who told us to load up dollar items in your bin.
Right.
And we did. Stickers and, things like that.
It was definitely a lot better when you could bloop.
Yeah.
I felt like you sold a lot more of the smaller items, but even now, I told you he gets goofy. Even now, we do still try to keep some cool stuff in our bin.
Marcy sells things. Bloop.
I learned how not to say no thank you from Marcy.
Yeah, it didn't work. Didn't work at all. We've learned to challenge ourselves from Derek Fundamentals. Okay.
And Hanger 909 as well.
And Hanger 909 and the Gumby Man. Okay. There's just so much more, guys. I mean, a lot of people, we've learned about how to do a ray train from CG Boomerang Echo. I do one ray train a year, and it was yesterday. And I could tell you right
tomorrow.
now. Well, yeah, but this is coming out on Wednesday, so it was yesterday. So that's why we're recording this the day before, because today I'm sleeping the whole day. Okay, I'm just sleeping because I'm going to be having to do that ray train the whole time. And you learn how to do things like that. So there's always stuff that you can learn. There's always people that you can learn from the smallest seller to the biggest seller. You can learn something.
I can't count the number of people I've learned awesome bolos from seeing their posts on Instagram or just chatting with them and things like that. There's always stuff to learn.
Yeah. I learned from my friend Ken, SSK Promo, love you, my friend, to be seen in a room.
Yes,
okay?
that's a good
That's
one.
how that you get to grow. I didn't realize that he didn't mean to go in there and buy everything, because I went in there and was swiping away, swipe. The next thing I know, we're $2,000 in debt, and I have 50 million boxes that I have no idea what this shit is, and so.
Sorry, I need some coffee.
I'm boring her to death, guys.
Yes.
I guess I got to end this thing. Okay. Well, yeah. From my friend SSK Promo, I learned how to be seen without spending and going broke. Okay. Please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Tell us some of the stuff that you have learned from other sellers, not from us, because we know that there's nothing anybody has ever learned from us. I don't even know why we keep doing these videos, because they're fun. Like, share, and subscribe. Leave some comments down below. Help us out with Stop Soldier Suicide and the Naughty Cat Cafe, which is not a strip club. Peace out from Jack Treasures. And as always, don't go a day without
Petting a veteran.
petting a veteran. Peace out from Jack Treasures, guys. Bye.